On Saturday, April 19th, 2025, Missouri Organic Recycling held its fourth annual Compost Fest in partnership with Johnson County Community College. Compost Fest celebrates and connects the Kansas City region's robust organic movement. 20 businesses and nonprofits provided demonstrations, education, and green wares throughout the event. MOR sponsors Compost Fest because the company is the major force in turning the area's organic waste into treasure. Although there are many players in the organic recycling system, they rarely have a chance to gather, celebrate, and network. The festival showcases KC Metro's dedicated individuals and organizations and the invaluable services they provide. The main attraction of Compost Fest is the building of the traditional big compost pile. It was built on the college's open petal farm from about 25 yards of Missouri Organics ground up leaves and 1,200 gallons of beer dregs from Boulevard Beer. Mark Kalin of Kalin Custom Homes donated his time and brought Bob his trusty skid steer. For the fourth year, they turned and mixed the lake of beer that formed alongside the pile. Open Petal Farm will soon have a robust source of compost for use in enriching their crops and soil. The attendees of Compost Fest were treated to tours of the expansive Open Petal Farm. Students from the JCCC Sustainable Agriculture Degree Program conducted tours of the greenhouse, the vegetable plots, the berry patches, and the orchards. They demonstrated their compost tea making machine, their educational trailer, and tested more than a dozen soils brought in from the community. They used their microbiometer soil test to measure both the microbial activity and fungal to bacterial ratios in the soil. Farm manager Claire Zimmerman conducted the test and explained the results to her students and visitors. Claire and Michael Ray, the sustainability coordinator for the college, were key players in planning and hosting Compost Fest 4. The college has an award-winning food waste composting program that's been in place for many years. In their large open building, they house the 40-foot-long tumbler and store large boxes of sawdust that are added to the incoming food. The tumbler turns only 3 times per hour and takes 3 weeks to move the working compost to the far end. Michael Ray led the tours and explained how the system diverts a large portion of the food waste from the campus into compost for the farm. The visitors at Compost Fest learned about Kansas City Metro's organizations that build our circular economy by turning trash into treasure and supporting our most vulnerable citizens. Karen Ramsey, the education coordinator of KC Can Compost, explained that they collect food waste using employees who come from challenging circumstances. KC Can's Green Core classes provide environmental literacy, workplace readiness, and green jobs training. Graduates receive certification for existing jobs in the environmental field. They not only rescue distressed food from the waste stream, but also provide new hope for underemployed and recently incarcerated people to find new jobs and a new life. Canby's Markets featured their program of reclaiming food with a short shelf life and directing the best of it to small stores in food deserts. With the help of hundreds of community volunteers, they transform food loss into food access. They deliver fresh food from large-scale wholesalers to the community's pantries, kitchens, and shelters for free. Food that is not fit for humans goes to feed local farm animals, and finally, the truly rotten food goes to Missouri Organic Recycling for composting.
I'm Catherine Starkhorn, and I work with Urban Produce Push. We are an organization that evolved out of After the Harvest, which was here for 10 years. We have evolved to have a more focused area of our 25 most underserved zip codes in the Kansas City area. And our whole purpose is to get healthy produce to hungry people in Kansas City. So we do that by trying to get things off of the out of the farmers' fields that maybe have been left behind. We send in teams of volunteers to glean that fresh produce and get it to folks. We also work to grow our own gardens within the urban area and help create produce that gets to agencies around the community that are serving hungry people. We believe this is important for multiple reasons: to fight hunger, to improve nutrition, and also to avoid food waste. So much of what is grown in the local area actually never makes it to a plate for someone to eat, and we believe that can be avoided. There are times when composting is necessary, so thus our connection with Compost Fest. We believe that it is part of the circle of keeping produce either to people or off the ground and out of the landfills in that sense. So we've been around, like I said, we've been Outgrowth for 10 years. This past year, we've done over 1 million pounds of diverted produce that we've gotten to agencies and organizations across the metro that serve people who are hungry through food pantries. Food pantries are wonderful and they serve such a need, but they don't often have access to fresh produce, so we try and fill that gap by getting that to them. We work with over 75 agencies across the metro area, and we work with different growers that help us get the food to them in a healthy and way that helps avoid hunger and gets them good, nutritious food. So we're excited to be heading into our season, getting volunteers in the field to do this work, and we look forward to being supported by the Kansas City Metro. And we are glad to be at Compost Fest today, sharing with our partners and all the things that happen to make Kansas City a vital, sustainable, vibrant community.
David Haken showcased his publication, Carbon Footprint Eating, which is a great way to learn how your diet connects to your health and the health of the planet. He also demonstrated the Red Wiggler composting buckets that he has distributed for years. Missouri Organic's Earth Advocate team taught people about composting and MOR's many products. The vast majority of the food waste that is recovered in the Kansas City Metro, 50 tons a day, is composted by Missouri Organic Recycling. A unique process removes the packaging and creates a food slurry, which is mixed with ground leaves. That material composts to create our rich basic compost and other soil amendments. Because compost is foundational to healthy soil, healthy food, and healthy people, Compost Fest embraced participation from the Johnson County Master Gardeners. They demonstrated how to create a bed for growing delicious gourmet mushrooms and showed how food waste can simply be buried as a practical way to recycle the food and build rich soil. The Master Gardeners were joined by Johnson County Master Naturalists, Stormwater Control, County Waste Education, the City of Olathe, and several other groups. All this participation demonstrated the many ways that compost unites the community. We were entertained by David Haken, the Green Spirit Band, and Eco Elvis. Each of our performers gave the message through the magic of music to lift our spirits and get us tapping our toes. Compost Fest is a community celebration. Our region has a healthy diversity of efforts that divert food waste from the landfill, create great value from those wastes, and tell the story. It's the one time of year this group of green heroes gets to pause, focus on our accomplishments, and dream about the future. Thank you for spending the time to watch the story of Compost Fest 4.
You know we're all just part of this cosmic stew. What once was part of me could now be part of you. The parts are used as just the plan that's new. Aren't you glad that you're part of this cosmic stew?